Joining us is Tickle. Good morning, Tickle.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing just great.
I was a huge fan of yours on Moonshiners, bro.
Well, thank you. Now, there's more Moonshiners coming, and you have to tune in and watch tomorrow, Tickle.
Oh, no. I trust me. I've seen the previews. I've got my TiVo set to Tickle.
Good. I hope everybody else does.
Yeah. So tomorrow, there's on Discovery. Explain what your show is about. What is Tickle about?
Well, my show really is more about moonshiners in the off season. You know, you unless you're inside in a building and stuff, you really can't do moonshining year round. You have to have a controlled environment.
Uh-huh.
So it's more the cameras just kind of follow me and my buddies around, and just what we get into on a normal basis. And we lead pretty interesting lives, and a lot of times a lot of people say we just ain't got any sense. Well, and so I think it makes for some pretty good television.
It certainly does. Now I have to ask you a couple obvious questions. Watching you guys on Moonshiners, you're doing something illegal. Why are they letting camera crews follow you guys around?
Well, I mean, camera crews, they can film anything they want, you know. But I guess one thing most people are wanting to know, and it's probably where you're going with this, is why am I not in jail?
Well, that would be next. That was my next question for you, probably. Yeah.
Well, see, by the time this stuff hits the air, it's in the past. And in order to arrest somebody for moonshining, they have to catch you with the product or in the act of making it.
Okay.
By the time this stuff hits the air, I'm packed up and I'm gone.
I got it.
Okay, well, here's the next sensible question then. Why aren't these guys just following you 24/7 until they catch you making moonshine? You know you're going to make it eventually. You got a show making moonshine. Just put a guy following you.
Well, because that is stalking.
Okay.
And it applies to police officers as well as it does to the regular common people.
I think it's called surveillance at that point.
Well, let me ask you this. When you go out and about in your town now, I mean, everybody must watch the show. They almost know who you are. What's the response you've been getting from the public?
Well, the public has been very, very great. I'm run across many fans. I have wound up doing some appearances and traveling here and there, and it's always been a great reception from the fans, and I love every one of my fans because, to be honest, we started out Moonshiners in season 1 and thought we'd done something that was pretty good, and we wanted to keep moonshine heritage alive is one of our main reasons of doing it, because a lot of people out there just had no idea what moonshine was, and if they did, a lot of them had misconceptions about it. So that's where we started. And the fans really stepped up and spoke and said, we want more of this. And all my fans have been great. I haven't met a one yet that was not just really a pleasure to talk to and be with.
Well, listen. I'm like I said. I'm a fan of the show. I love the show. I thought it was great. It was very entertaining. You're absolutely the breakout star of the show. There's no question about it. You're out there, dude. You are.
Well,
yeah.
The one thing we're missing.
I just be me. That's all I can do. Is just be who I am.
Where'd you get the nickname Tickle?
It is actually my last name.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's not a nickname. Everybody thinks it is. I actually grew up with that name.
Steve Ray Tickle. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. You had a question, Big Al?
I did have a question, but no, I forget what it was.
Okay. So now your show that we're going to see tomorrow is, again, this is you off season. When is moonshine season? I don't know. Is it?
You have to have certain temperatures, and also it's always best to be able to get your crops from maybe local farmers and stuff. You can keep it a little under the table then, so you have to wait till some of the crops come in and stuff. And, so you can go from pretty much about mid-spring till late fall.
Okay, and when you were doing that, I mean, I'm guessing you can make a pretty good buck doing moonshine.
You can. It's a business like anything else. When it comes to the money aspect of it. I myself like doing it because it's just something that I'm passionate about. It's part of my heritage around where I'm from, and many parts of our country it is, and that's the main reason I do it. But the money aspect of it, it's a business like anything else. And if you use your head and you don't have any slip-ups as far as messing a batch up or anything like that, you look at your ingredients, get your best price on them, and still stay under the table, you can make pretty good money at it.
Now
you can also lose your shirt at it.
Yeah, you seem like you did a lot of drinking up a lot of your profits there, too.
Well, quality control is very important. You wouldn't want to send a batch of shine out that's under par.
No.
I mean, it's just not. It just wouldn't be right for the consumer, and then that would, that would make me look bad as well. So,
right. Hey, speaking of
quality control.
Speaking of sending this stuff out before it's done, most of our interviews, they always send us, like, if we're interviewing an author, they usually send us a book. I was expecting to get something here from you, Tickle. I didn't see anything in the mail.
Well, it's kind of hard to mail this stuff, know.
Why don't you just run it on up here?
Yeah,
Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, it's sometimes not that easy.
Oh, okay.
Put it in the back of the trunk. What's a pint of shine run? How much is it costing you to come out of the still? What's your cost on a pint?
Well, on a pint, I don't really do
or a quart.
Pints. I mean, you can break it down. I usually go about gallons.
Okay, what's a gallon of shine going to cost you, and then what are you selling it for?
Well, it depends on what you're making it out of. Now, if you're making a brandy out of fruit, it's more expensive to make.
Okay.
Or if you're going with just straight corn.
Just a straight corn mash shine. What's it run you for a gallon?
Corn mash shine. It depends on your size of your pot of still, but you can actually. It's not a very large profit margin. There is some because you got to look at it. A 500 gallon still that holds 500 gallons of mash, you get about 52 gallons out of it of actual product. And so might be making $10, $15 on a gallon.
Okay.
Okay.
But what do you sell a gallon for? 50? What's a gallon? What are you selling it out to your people at?
Well, everybody's different and each region's different, but around here, I'd say a gallon is going for probably between $80 and $100 a gallon.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, all right. That's some.
A gallon's a lot of shine. That'll last you a while.
Yeah. That'll definitely last.
I think so.
So.
Oh yeah, it will last you a while, depending on who you are. And see, here's the thing about moonshine. Once you tell your friends you got some, it don't last none at all. Because they want to come by and they want to taste it, and then that just turns into everybody being happy.
Now, on your show, Tickle, again tomorrow night, Discovery Channel, Tickle. You guys got to check it out. Are you going to be introducing some of your friends to the show? Are we going to see some people?
Yes, I will. I have my buddy Howard, who he was in last season of Moonshiners. He was my still hand there for a while.
Okay.
And but you know what? He's a great guy. I have him, and I have his cousin Mo as well. And they are really just great guys, great friends, and they do anything they could for me. Anytime I need them, they're right there. And I also happen to wind up having me a secretary on this show, but, you'll have to watch and see why I need her.
I'm in. Listen, you don't have to convince me anymore. I'm telling all these guys, you better watch this show tomorrow night, guys, because we are talking about this on Wednesday. We're going to talk about this show.
Good.
Absolutely. Well, good luck to you with this. And you said you are coming back on Moonshiners, too, right? That's going to be coming back?
Yes. That'll be later on in the year, but yes.
All right. Whose idea was it to make a show? How did they approach you to be on the show?
They had actually contacted my buddy Tim about it because he had some smaller parts in some other shows about moonshining, and he asked me. He thought about it for a while because he said, "This is crazy." You don't just get on TV and do that. But he thought about it for a while, and then he asked me if I would like to be on it, and I said, "Well, I had to think for a while," and we finally decided to do it, and I'm just glad that it turned out as good as it has.
Well, now, are you surprised at all, Tickle, when you see your fan base out there that, they're not just your typical people who you think may be drinking moonshine?
Yeah, I mean, moonshine, let's face it, 90% of the population out there likes to take a drink every once in a while. And so, moonshine is the forbidden alcohol. It's the one you're not supposed to have. And as anybody with kids knows, you tell a kid you can't have that, that's what they want.
Sure.
It's the same with adults and moonshine. They know they're not supposed to have it, so they want it. and that's what makes it intriguing. So it's not surprising that it does have a very broad fan base.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you personally, the Tickle fan base.
Oh well,
you're fan.
You know, I figured, yeah, it does kind of surprise me that I have such a large fan base because, you know, I'm just a regular guy just doing what I love to do. And I think maybe that's one reason people like me so much is because that's all I am is just me. And maybe it's somebody they can identify with, but I never expected to have as large a fan base as I do have.
Yeah. Good luck to you with this, with your own show, and good luck again on Moonshiners. You're certainly entertaining, to say the least, Tickle.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. And I'll be checking the mail for that shine coming up.
Yeah, keep a lookout.
All right, man. Steve Ray Tickle. Thanks, buddy.